long.
This is total legit. Dean Ambrose comes in, and he is the greatest.
Come on, give us your real pick.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Jobber Radio. I'm Jake, aka Bomber. First of all, right off the bat, sorry if I sound a little weird. I'm a little under the weather, but hey, last episode of the year, so we're gonna can't miss it. Unlike 3 other people that decided not to miss it for the holidays and shit. But with me today, 2 guys who missed out on the last one. First of all, let's go with Rab. You happy to be here, Rab?
No.
No?
No, I was playing Rocket League, and now I'm doing this.
Oh, how are you doing on it? I want to get back into it.
Rocket League?
Yeah, I started playing it again recently because it's got like the new Rumble mode.
Yeah.
It's got all these different like weapons and shit.
No,
It's great.
people don't play that game. People still play
Yeah,
that game?
No, it's picking back up again. It's picking back up again because of the new modes.
Yeah, they are.
Wow. Okay. Well,
But no, I'm super happy to be here. Though, Bomber, you stepped all over the intro. What happened there?
Yeah, come on, man. Be a little more professional. I know you're sick and all, but come on.
Eased into it. It was weird.
was it weird?
That was a nutty intro.
I think it was a pretty damn good intro, to be honest with you. But so we're just gonna get right into things. We're not gonna introduce Mr. Matt Zion because he already jumped in.
So you're introducing me, Matt Zion.
You talked before your name was announced. You talked before your name was announced.
Bomber is sick, so therefore the guy code is give him even more shit than usual.
No, I don't get that much shit.
That's how much. Well, exactly. So now you're gonna get it.
No, I'm lying.
So obviously we're here to talk
Number
about.
1 best clothesline, JBL.
God damn it!
I thought we were here to talk about.
I didn't.
We all saw it yesterday. Total Divas, episode 6, season 6.
Oh yeah, I'm all about it. Isn't that's the one where Dean Ambrose and Renee Young tried to have them at their house for dinner, and she was a bad cook.
I just want everybody to know how big of a fucking troll, if you don't already know, which you probably do, fucking Matt Zion is. God damn. Fucking
biggest. Some things I say are accurate depictions of how I feel the channel and the show should go, but some things are just made to make you mad.
I can obviously see that. Jesus Christ. We talk about the segment we just started on the last episode, which you guys weren't here for. The best in the business, where we pick something that's going on in wrestling and who is the best at it. And
when have we ever done that?
I just said it started last episode.
It did it. Yeah, they did last episode. So
because
rap
didn't count.
No, that means it's never existed to us before rap.
Yes.
So it's the first.
Yeah, I'm saying this was going to be your first.
What was it last time?
It was the best uppercut in the business.
Oh yeah, Cesaro.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for showing up a fucking episode late.
Edit that into the previous episode and.
Fuck
Is
off.
that? I hope that's what happened. Yo, who's at the best uppercut? Cesaro. Cool. Next segment.
I don't think anybody picked Cesaro, by the way, of the 3 people that were here.
Oh my god.
No.
He's
no.
easily the best.
So
Nobody picked Cesaro.
I'm guessing fucking Scott picked some ancient motherfucker no one gives a shit about.
No, that was
Lee, obviously a Japan guy.
there was a couple Canadians in there. I think they threw in there. There was
like I said,
a couple people
fucking,
I didn't know
ancient
about.
fucking Canadians no one cares a shit about.
The thing that was interesting is they kind of swayed it into a European uppercut. I thought we were just talking about uppercut, so they came and talking about who had the best European. I'm like, wait, I don't.
You know what's most important though is that you obviously picked Zandig.
No, I actually picked King. But anyway,
Yeah. Daniel Bryan.
Look, you guys talk about trimming down. You guys talk about trimming down fucking episodes, and look what you're doing. Okay,
Steven Regal.
Anyway, since you wanted to get into it, shut up.
Regal.
Shut up. Here we go. Since you guys wanted to get into it, let's go over best in the business. We're gonna do clothesline, best clothesline in the business.
Yeah, JBL.
JBL.
Yep, that's my entire list. By the way,
Fine. For the interest of fairness, I will give other people on the list. Stan Hansen and JBL. I said already, and Cactus Clothesline. The Cactus Clothesline was awesome.
Over the top rope, yeah, that was great. Or he'd follow him over the top, yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, Cactus Clothesline, and there was someone else I don't remember anymore because the segment sucks.
Okay,
there you go.
So that's a good little thing there, and
Jake, give us your top 5.
I just want to tell you guys, I actually don't have a top. I don't do the top 5. I do like top 2, but Lee and Scott actually sent me their picks, but
I don't care.
But
and Luke Harper.
But
Luke Harper's is really good too.
In my defense, guys, I'm sorry. Matt and Rab decided they don't want me to reveal your top picks.
Yes. No, they're not
You're
they're not
here.
allowed.
I didn't turn in my fucking top picks for whatever it was you
Can
guys
I
did
at
last
least-
time.
can
Best
I-
boots or
Can I at
don't
least-
remember what it was.
School, you don't have your parents send in your homework.
Can I at least give you their number 1 pick?
No, I
No.
don't like it. Unless
Each
it's
one of
JBL, then I
Unless it's JBL,
Neither one said JBL.
then it doesn't matter.
don't care. That.
Well, what
they're
do
not
you mean
here.
it doesn't matter?
Because they're not here to argue for it.
Yep,
Okay.
No, I don't care. I don't want to. I don't want to know anything
If
about
you
guys?
put them in, I will make sure you read mine every time, and I will always put in something awful.
Okay. All right.
What's your choice?
Because I won't be there to
Okay.
argue for it.
Okay.
Best clothesline,
I'm sorry.
Kelly.
I won't give. Okay.
Oh, that's definitely Lee's.
I won't read their comments, but they're not going to be happy. I just want you guys. You'll have to answer to them on the next.
Lee,
episode.
number 5, Vader.
So,
Number 4,
anyway,
number
I'm just
3,
gonna
Luke
give-
Harper. Number 2, Stan Hansen. Number 1, Kelly.
Luke Harper actually.
It says it right there. It's a K. It says KK. My glasses are foggy, but it definitely says number 1. It's something that starts with a K and ends with a K as well. That says Kelly.
Kelly.
Anyway, Luke Harper does have a very good clothesline though. Not
it's
my
awesome.
pick. Not my top pick. I actually haven't heard anybody name my my number 1 pick yet, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Now,
Let me show you.
now, first of all, don't fucking start already. Don't even start. No, but seriously though, this is total legit. Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose, in my opinion.
I hate it.
I know what you're saying. I know everybody already listening. Oh goddamn, he liked that. Hurt my throat.
What's this clothesline?
What are you talking about? The rebound where he goes through the ropes and comes back with a clothesline.
Knock.
Is that supposed to be a clothesline?
What do you mean? Is that what? Do you,
He got it from what's his name? They just signed as a commentator.
I mean, I like the
McGinn-
move. Honestly,
McGinn-
I like the move.
Now that in my opinion, that
The clothesline's not very good though. I
his
like
clothesline.
but I like
he
the
he
little
takes
thing.
he knocks the shit out of him in that every time. What do you mean?
Not really. They all jump back.
Like say when he gives it to Rollins, then you've got an argument because Rollins sells it like
Well,
a boss. but
Rollins
he- other
flips on
people just
everything
kinda-
though.
It's just a clothesline.
No, dude, he winds up and he comes flying full 120% speed, comes in, hits him. Now, the thing that not just that, the thing I like about it the most is it can.
What is that?
What the fuck was that?
What was that?
I have no idea what that
The hell was that sound?
You just suck a dick right now live on Java Radio.
Oh, it sounded like Bomber sucking Dean Ambrose's dick. That was weird.
Wow.
That's true. No, but I mean it's true though. I mean I would give you it's an above average clothesline,
No.
but it's not one of the best of all time.
No, the reason it is for
Everything
me.
about that move except for the clothesline is really good. The
I can't
clothesline's
even
okay.
explain myself. What's going on
Yeah.
here?
I know you
Just
can't.
let me
I can tell.
give me a second. No, the reason why I enjoy it over all the other clotheslines, no, it's not per se the best arm hitting the neck, chest, whatever. But no, it's the whole. It can come out of multiple different directions. Like it's not always all right. I'm going to throw you in the ropes. I'm going to come and hit you, or I'm just going to run and hit you.
I agree. Just like the 619 is one of the best clotheslines of all time.
Wow.
He can hit you at any point.
He come from anywhere when he's
Where
by the
is the
ropes,
fucking
or when
hate
he's the
coming from?
ropes, or even when he's by the ropes.
Where
It's so good he uses his legs instead of his arm.
where is this
By the way,
bullshit coming from?
Cesaro's Swiss 19 is amazing.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Okay, what's your number one though? Number one better because Dean Ambrose I'm not buying.
I just said that's my number 1.
What?
Yes. I literally
all time.
said that.
Of all time.
Of all time, yes. That is my favorite clothesline of all time.
That is, all right, Rab, do the dick sucking sound again because
No.
he's sucking Dean Ambrose.
Wow. And it's
That's
not.
it's even close to number one. Like JBL's makes his look like shit
No, it doesn't. It does. No, overall. I'm talking about overall.
too.
Dean Ambrose looks closer to being selling JBL's clothesline. He
And-
just goes flying and shit. It's great.
Just get from Nigel McGuinness. It's not even his move. He just took it from somebody else and does his move. Like that's.
I'm sorry.
I
I
can't
never.
consider
If I would have seen Nigel McGuinness do it, and then maybe he would have been my number 1 pick.
Nigel's was much better with. That's why he fucked up his shoulder when he went to WWE from doing that move too much.
Well, if I would have seen it, maybe I would have picked him because it's not necessarily like the actual arm hitting the chest. It's the whole thing where it can come out of multiple ways, and you never know when it's coming. It can come randomly out of nowhere. Like Dean gets hit. Dean gets.
From Hell was clothesline from Hell was like that too. He always just kind of hit it out of nowhere.
He he actually hit it out of nowhere.
Yeah,
because
but it was
Yep.
it was literally always the same. Dean Ambrose comes at different.
It was literally always the same. That's ridiculous.
I think this is going to come down to a fan vote on this one. So in the comments down below, tell Bomber just how wrong he is for sucking Dean Ambrose's dick and saying he has the best
I'm already
clothesline.
going to get that either way, or you can just put who you think has the best clothesline in the business.
You could, but I want to see Dick.
Fine. So out of everyone's top fives, JBL is JBL the best? Is Dean Ambrose the best? Or is Kelly the best?
It's not
Everyone
Kelly.
Because JBL Hansen's clothesline and made it better.
Well, do you want to know my number two? Because you're going to laugh at this one.
Why would you
believe
1 and then 2?
Yeah, I thought he was your 2.
I didn't plan on doing a number 2 until you guys made me kind of go into it. But anyway, my number 2 is I think Ryback. Ryback, believe it or not, had a pretty good damn clothesline.
You know what?
The meat
his
hook.
clothesline was pretty good.
Yeah.
The meat hook. Yeah,
that was
pretty good.
But anyway, that was my top 2.
It's not JBL, but it was good.
No, I mean, I don't know. JBL's it was good. I'm not saying it wasn't bad. It's just, to me personally, my personal opinion, I like the meat hook was pretty decent, and Dean Ambrose.
Edit that so it sounds like you say I love the meat.
Wow, no, I'll let you do that if you want. I'll send you the video file if you want to go in and take the work. You can do anything you want. There you go.
I love the meat. I love the meat.
Yeah, you're the worst. You're the worst.
Great.
Anyway, so there we go. Best in the business. We'll cover something on the next episode, but. Sorry, Lee. Sorry, Scott. You didn't get your opinions thrown out there today because Matt and Brad wouldn't have let me. So
yep, we got outvoted. It was 2-1. Sorry.
Yep, I'm so
not
sorry. But okay, so let's talk about. So you want to talk about SmackDown? Let's talk about that real quick. So why was SmackDown amazing?
I talk about Battleground first, if that's what we're going.
Battleground first. Okay.
Yeah, I mean we got to go in order instead of having to go back to the future.
Oh, I didn't know what SmackDown you're talking about. You just said SmackDown was great. I didn't know.
The last episode, yeah, the last episode. So.
I didn't know if you meant in general or okay. All right, so let's go to Battleground then. Let's talk about Battleground. How about that women's title? Or you want to go in order? We're not going to talk about the whole thing.
Well, like the women's title thing was disappointing to me, which is weird because a lot of people were saying they liked it. I think there were aspects of it I liked, but I think overall I am sick to death of seeing these women face each other with really bad finishes. That's my problem. That's my issue.
100%.
No.
I mean, I think I've been the biggest proponent of women's wrestling in this podcast over the last year.
True, and I've been one of the least, actually. I admit that.
Yeah, it's definitely getting old, and not a single match that they have has had a good ending.
Yeah, well, it's for one reason. They keep protecting Charlotte, and it's interfering with good storytelling. Just to keep her undefeated in pay-per-view.
She's a 4-time champion.
In a span of what, 2-3 months? Like that's ridiculous.
No. Well, she won the actual women's title at WrestleMania, so it's almost been a year now. That was her first reign, or like if you don't count the Divas.
Technically, it's 5, but thankfully they're only counting it as 4.
Yeah, they're not even counting the Divas championship.
Yeah, yeah.
But like no, but I mean you admit it's even like 2 is pushing it in my opinion. But like that quick, there was no point in hot potatoing. Why Sasha lost at Hell in a Cell when Charlotte was just going to win this match? That's where they could have stopped it. Had Sasha beat her at Hell in a Cell, and then she's like that's it. I want one more match with you, and then this is the end of it. Sasha accepts, and then she just beats her in the Iron Man match, and then I go cool, no problem.
Well. I don't know. We talked about this a little bit on the last episode about, I don't think, what is so wrong about you? Are you just getting bored? Is that what you're feeling about it? Is that how you're?
Well, I'm getting bored of, it's good wrestling, but I'm getting bored of them continually making the wrong decision on the finishes of the matches. Because Sasha should have had a decent run with it, and instead they're just flip-flopping it back and forth, and in turn, it made Charlotte not look as weak, but it made Sasha look really fucking weak. Because every time it was a big-time match, Sasha lost. She just beat her in a match nobody will remember on Raw, and then the big-time matches on pay-per-views, she lost like a bitch. Unfortunately, I'd say it to about a male wrestler, it's okay, but it probably sounds wrong when I say it about Sasha's woman. No. But, yeah, it's bad finishes. I don't like, they're protecting Charlotte for no reason. I don't say, it's not going to have a big payoff. Whoever beats her on pay-per-view for the first time, are you going to go, oh my god, I can't believe it. No, they just want to say, oh, another wrestler in the current generation beat a record. I don't care about records. I don't care about any of that shit. I want good matches. That's what I'm not going to remember records. I'm going to remember matches.
Time. I have to call you out on this one. You literally said they have good matches, but you just said you care about them. They've been having great matches.
This discussion before, though, a match is only as good as its ending. If you have a shit ending to a good match, then it brings it down to just an okay match.
Yeah, that was the problem with Hell in a Cell. I thought the match was great, and I think the ending just killed it for everyone.
There was a weird thing with the table, like the table not breaking. But
yeah, but they should have still just broke.
That was broken it eventually. Meltzer came back and said that we all thought the table was supposed to break. He said, nope, that was the plan. She was going to throw her on the table a couple times and then pin her, or put her in the submission. That was the plan the entire fucking time. They did not even think the table would break.
I never heard that.
Meltzer was talking about it, but like it's just why are they giving these? I don't understand this whole protecting Charlotte thing. I don't get why that's worth sacrificing the credibility of your title. I'm telling you, just have Sasha beat Charlotte in Hell in a Cell, and then have Charlotte come out and say, next pay-per-view, I want one more rematch against you. And Sasha's like, why would I give it to you? That like you've already had your rematch and you lost. Charlotte says, because I will sign on in contract that I will never get another title match against you ever again. And Sasha would say, yeah, okay, fine, that's good, boom. And then have her lose the Iron Man match. Charlotte wins, fine.
Well, apparently this is, I guess, the end of their feud, but they said that whenever Sasha beat Charlotte at Raw. But
fucking finally, it should be the end.
I mean, this is like the second time they said it though, but I don't know. I like opposite of what Rab was saying, he was a big proponent of women's wrestling. Not that I'm against it, but it took me longer to get involved and invested, but I got deep in this whole Charlotte Sasha thing. I started caring about it more than just about anything else on the roster.
Total opposite of you. This actually made me hate women's wrestling a little bit.
What?
I think they can bring me back, but this screamed bad booking and this is how booking can ruin something that could have otherwise been a cool feud that we would all remember. Now, everybody, here's the thing. In 3 years, the only thing anyone will remember from this feud is, why did they change the title so many times? Nobody's gonna remember these matches.
Well, it may be because
you can barely remember any of Sasha.
I don't remember them right now. Yeah, like the difference between like Bayley and Sasha. I remember both their matches. Why? Because they had two amazing, game-changing matches with amazing finishes, and the right person won every time. With this one, I don't even really remember the matches that much because they had so many of them with such shit finishes, and they juggled that belt around. Again, in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, people are gonna go, God damn, why did Charlotte have the belt so many times that early? That's it. That's the only thing anyone will remember.
Well, I have one question. So what about the Roadblock finish was like a shit. Like, how was that?
It's 1,000 matches. You can't even keep.
No, I know exactly what I'm talking about.
What do you mean this Roadblock?
Yes, this Roadblock. Why was the finish shit?
They made Sasha look like an idiot. So Sasha is in a submission. She's up a fall, right? So she is looking at the Titantron, trying to hold out, and she's in it for like a minute and a half. And the last 3 seconds, she couldn't hold out. What? Why didn't she just let her break her fucking bones? At that point, 3 seconds. She could have held out 3. That finish would have made sense if she locked it on with like 10 seconds left, and then Sasha tapped out with 3 seconds.
Exactly.
A minute and a half. And then all of a sudden, and looking at the fucking time, really, I can do almost anything for 3 seconds. It's only 3 seconds. But then what made it worse was, after that, Charlotte then beat her by making her tap out with the same exact move again. So it just didn't flow right. It felt like Sasha was weak. Like, why could she hold out a minute and a half, but then she couldn't hold out for 3 more seconds at the end? It just made it look eh. Well, and I didn't like the booking of Sasha getting a cheap roll-up after Charlotte looked so strong getting the first decision. I just felt weird that Sasha was desperately trying to play catch up, but then by the end of the match she's winning. I hate that booking. The logic would be that Charlotte started strong, so by the end of the match Sasha would be the one catching up, not in the lead with Charlotte trying to catch up.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think I didn't mind the finish at all because she had her in the move for, like you said, 2 minutes. So, yes, the tapping out with 3, maybe she should have topped out a little bit sooner.
Maybe 20 seconds left, 15 seconds. It wouldn't have been as but like they weren't going for shocking,
But
so that would have made more sense to me to have her tap out a little earlier, and then Charlotte like picking her up, trying to get her back up for a move, but time runs out, and then they're like, okay, now we're gonna go to another fall.
And I'm not disappointed at all about the actual finish, like her finishing her in the same move, because she had her, like, she was selling her legs the whole end of the match. So obviously it would make perfect sense to lock her up and have her tap out.
Why didn't she just lock her back into it right away then? Because she tried to do a bunch of other stuff first. Like, why if Sasha was this hurt, why didn't she just try to lock that move on again right away?
She did try to lock it back on, but Sasha countered her for a couple times and rolled her up a few times.
I didn't like it. It made Sasha look like
I'm not gonna. I mean, yeah,
so,
that's your opinion. Not saying it's wrong.
when someone says that's your opinion, that means you're telling them they're wrong.
No, I literally like to ask questions here. What about you, Rab? You didn't like it either?
No, I agreed with him at the beginning, and then he said everything, so I've just been like, whatever.
No, that's fine. I was just asking. Okay.
No, I mean, I feel exactly the same way.
What about overall their feud now that it's over? What do you like? Do you as well think they devalued the title?
She won it 4 times.
Correct.
Which means there have been how many title changes?
7 champions.
7 title changes.
Ugh.
7 title changes in 9 months. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's WCW territory. That's like Arquette,
but
like it's dying.
Here's the thing that I argued on the last episode was it's different if it's like Joe Schmo and this other guy, like 2 random dudes or 2 random females. These 2 are literally by far right now, I mean, well, in my opinion anyway, the 2 by far the best females. And it's like their whole feud has been they're neck and neck. They're even. Either one can win on any given night, except for Charlotte always wins on pay-per-view.
See, now the problem with that is that they literally kept winning on every given night. Instead of picking and choose, because you can tell that story. Like, plenty of feuds. Like, Orton and Cena did it, like 3 years ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And they did it without exchanging the title 7 times. Because, like, they did it a few times, sure, and I remember people were complaining about it back then. But, like, again, there should have been points where the other one got the upper hand. It was too cartoon booking. It was like, well, every other match, we're going to change the title, and that's what makes it epic. No, what makes it epic is really good matches combined with really smart finishes to keep the feud going. Instead, they just kept going, well, if one beats them, then the other one's owed a rematch, so therefore they have to keep wrestling.
Sure. Okay, well. So, all right, I guess I'm the only one in the call here who enjoyed the Charlotte and Sasha. That's interesting to say.
I think they just wore me out. The first couple matches were great, but the problem too is when you book like this though, it hurts any future matches they could have with each other, because obviously these women are going to be employed bar any injuries for the next 10 years.
I do agree on that.
Well, now it's the Orton Cena thing, because like Orton and Cena have a match again, and people go, "Oh God, not again."
I do.
That's what's going to happen with. They burned the bridge on the thing. It's done now.
I agree 100% with that. I do agree. Orton and Cena did the exact same thing. Yeah, because now it's like, oh shit, yeah, we've never seen this before. Cool.
Yeah,
and honestly, even if they had Charlotte protected and be the champion the whole time, it would have been better than just flopping back and forth consistently over 9 months.
I just like, you look at Rock and Austin back in the day, like every time that they even got into a ring with each other, you were like, oh fuck yeah, like we've seen this countless times, but they were booked right to make it still feel special. You see, Cena Orton get in the ring together, you see Sasha and Charlotte, you're just gonna be like, oh God, please stop. Well, I'm just done with this.
And to be fair, we didn't see Rock versus Austin that many times.
Well, but I mean, like, they did have them fight on Raw and like tag matches, or they would have them like Survivor Series. They were a big deal with each other, but I felt like that's the way to protect them. Cena and Orton burned out.
Yes.
So I feel like they did the template for Sasha and Charlotte. It was the Orton and Cena template is what they went for, but they went way too many fucking title changes. Again, if they just stopped Hell in a Cell, they just gave it to Sasha and then had Charlotte win the Iron Man match, I don't think people would be as burned out on it.
Okay.
But when she won, my girlfriend walked in, and when she won, Charlotte beat her, I just laughed. I went, really? Like, are you fucking serious right now? Because now when Charlotte loses it, it's not going to have impact. Nobody will care.
Why haven't you wifed that woman yet?
When Bayley beats her, though, which I hope is the outcome, people are just going to be like, okay, whatever. I mean, Charlotte's already lost it, 3 other times. So why is it a big deal that Bayley beats her now? Because Charlotte's obviously not a capable champion because she can't hold on to it for very long.
And more importantly, why are you trying to sidestep your fear of commitment?
I was about to say, yeah, that was a nice little.
I've lived with her for like 4 years, so that's not really a sidestep. A sidestep would be if I was like, I don't even want to live with her, bro.
Fear of commitment. That's a lockdown. You're sidestepping again.
Sidestep is like, how about that tag team title change? That's a sidestep.
Wait, what happened? Orton and wait, which one are we talking about? Oh, New Day.
Roadblock, yeah. The record.
That was my favorite match of the night. I thought that was done perfect.
That was a good match.
But my only issue with it is I think it's kind of laughable that New Day, the moment they broke the record, immediately lost it in their title defense. That was dumb.
Well, I mean, we all knew they would.
Yeah,
I know, but that's I don't know. I feel like they almost should have given them another team, like throw the club at him again. Nobody gives a fuck about that dead horse. Have them beat them, so at least they get a defense. But that's so comical that they would hold on to it, beat the record, and their first defense they lose. I hate
that. Just goes straight to show you, like, they literally near the end, they were just like, no matter what, doing it just for the fucking record. Which that to me, I do care about records. I know you say you don't. I care a lot about records and title reigns, title histories, and all that. And that was like, dude, come the fuck on. How bullshit.
Barry, how many teams to keep New Day's record intact? Like the club probably suffered the worst.
Yeah.
But like Enzo Cass have been doing nothing. And then you have, Cesaro Sheamus thankfully didn't get hurt too bad, but there was a few instances where it felt like, oh, god damn it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I really like them as a team. Obviously love Enzo and Cass right now, but yeah, they actually fucking worked the pre-show. What the fuck's that about? You see that?
Well, because their feud is stupid, and
Wait,
Enzo.
You don't like the Enzo, Cass, and Rusev?
Enzo deserved to get his ass beat for trying to sleep with Rusev's wife.
Well, he did, but then he didn't. If you watch the thing in the hotel room, he's like, "No, it's a mistake." No,
but he showed up there, so he should have gotten it. And then he took. Oh, come on, bro. He was gonna sleep with her.
No,
took off his,
yeah.
He didn't book that right. If he really had a conscience, he would have started to like walk away, and she would have just started to ravage him or try to like get on him, and then have jump him. But like, dude, he came in, got into his boxers, he was down to bang, and who wouldn't be? Lana is.
But
fun.
he was given second thought, so he was showing you he's kind of a good guy.
He's not a good guy. If he was a good guy, he wouldn't have went to begin with. That's it.
Well, he's Enzo. I mean,
Rusev, by the way, way above their level right now. Rusev, I want Rusev to get a main event push. I'm liking him so much.
Oh, Rusev's great, yeah.
Oh man, he's fantastic.
But no, I've been liking their stuff a lot. And the whole thing with them and Rusev, I like that a lot.
Yeah, they're just doing something to keep them busy before they get a shot at Sheamus and Cesaro.
That's true, but it's entertaining though. This is good. This is not just like a bullshit thing they're doing.
Well, Rab hasn't really been watching. But Rab, have you watched any of the Enzo and Rusev stuff at all? Do you like it?
Yeah, no, it's stupid.
Oh
yeah,
my
I don't.
God. Oh my god.
I mean, I like that one. I actually did like that one segment in the hotel, but just 'cause I thought it was funny, but I didn't think it was very good. I don't know. That's weird to say.
By the way, when he went crashing through that table, that little coffee table, that looked like it hurt like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that looked nice. But anyway, yeah. So what else? What else you want to talk about? Roadblock, the shitty main event, or no?
No, see, actually, I'll disagree with you. I actually like
Jesus Christ! Here, just by God.
I'm one of the few people that liked Owens and Reigns because I feel like they have really good. Like this is gonna sound sexual, but physical chemistry in the ring. So
sure. They are both good. They're both great.
I think that they mesh well together. Their styles.
You could have just said chemistry. You really didn't have to say physical.
I want you to have an image of Reigns porking like Owens in the butt.
Got it.
But I feel like Owens sells Reigns' offense really well, almost as good as Styles did, just from an opposite perspective. Styles is tiny. Owens is a bigger dude. But I liked it. Obviously, the ending was shit.
Yeah.
I didn't like that at all, and that soured it. It was like a lot like Sasha and Charlotte's matches. It was a really good match with a shit ending that soured it a little bit.
So I felt like they fucked around way too much though. Like he delayed way too much for me.
I enjoyed it. I liked the idea that Reigns is obviously superior. I mean, that's just the way that they book their faces. But I liked that Owens was just taking advantage of little things. Like when he got an opening, he hit that awesome 2 frog splashes because the table didn't break, and then he did another one on the outside, and I enjoyed it. It also helps that I like both of them, so even if it's just like most people would see it as a mediocre match. I still enjoyed it. Yeah, I thought it was fine. It's just a bad ending. Really, really bad ending.
Yeah. So, anything from you, Rab?
Nope. Didn't watch it.
Didn't watch it. Okay.
Why are you on a fucking wrestling podcast?
Understand it. It's okay. What
I
about?
I don't care about fucking. I can't care about Roman Reigns. I just can't care about it.
That's unfortunate.
I can't care about it.
I do. I as well like both.
I watched all the. If we were talking about SmackDown, I'd be all right.
We are going.
I just couldn't care less about Raw. I just don't
Yeah,
care.
Raw's been stepping it up so much lately. I feel.
Well, they lost me. That's what happens when you put shit on the table. You lose people.
That took like how many weeks before they lost you? I mean, you got to give it a little bit of time.
I have
Like
though. I've been
4 or 5 months.
No.
What are
Yes.
you talking about? They've been awful since the brand split.
God.
You know why though? You know why I think.
Time.
Well, the brands are only as strong as their main event scene, and unfortunately, the way they're booking Owens, I don't like it. I think he's better than this, but they're giving him the traditional like chicken shit first heel run, and for some reason, AJ is like immune to that. I don't know what's going on. Like he started that way, but now AJ's like a beast.
He's AJ.
But yet Owens, yet Owens is getting that like traditional first run for a heel that they all get. Kurt Angle, Styles. Jericho
Rollins.
did it. Angle, all Rollins. Yeah, they all do it, and it's tired. And Owens actually looks like he could kick your ass. Compared to these other guys who you kind of have to warm up to him. Why are they booking Owens like that? I mean, Owens should be a legit ass kicker, but yet he's just this chicken shit that relies on Jericho to help him, and I think it's hard to.
By the way, for the record, how do you feel about Chris Jericho in a cage?
What?
I didn't see Raw, so I don't know.
The ring.
They always get out of it though. That's the way. That's how that always happens. That gimmick
that's
is.
the big gimmick to the Royal Rumble match.
Oh, is it?
Jericho's going to be in a cage, suspended above the ring.
I thought they were going to do a four-way. That's what. That
right
was
next to him, fucking Vince Russo's going to be there.
Oh God!
Wow, I thought they were going to do a fatal four-way for the title with Jericho, Owens, Reigns, and Rollins. That sounded more appealing to me, but I guess not.
No, it's going to be Owens and Reigns in a Jericho in a pole match or whatever.
That sounds terrible. Wow, that's big. That's dropping.
And then you're wondering why they lose me.
Is that real?
I don't know why though.
Wow.
I think they're doing it.
So wait, you got pissed at me, but you didn't watch Raw.
I haven't. I've been sick this week. I haven't been able to do it. Oh, okay.
I watched one or the other, so I chose.
I
SmackDown.
have been watching Raw. I even went to a Raw a couple weeks ago.
So yes, you watched it while you were there. I don't think you showed up and closed your eyes, but.
Yeah.
Damn, why aren't they doing the four-way though? I don't like that sounds like a match that people would want to see. I don't think Jericho on a pole. No one's gonna buy the pay-per-view to see Jericho on a pole.
No, they're gonna buy it to watch the damn Royal Rumble. That's what they're gonna buy it for.
Yeah, but I mean, like, at least have.
Well, that's why. That's what he said. It. I mean, you don't really do a fatal four-way at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, but why not?
Because you're trying to put everyone in the Royal Rumble.
You can put it right before WrestleMania.
Yeah, but this is the most stacked
exactly.
roster.
You put it at Roadblock or whatever.
This is the most stacked roster they've ever had in terms of the amount of people they have employed. They can afford to do a fatal four-way.
Oh,
yeah, but the more people are in the Royal Rumble, the more
Makes
people
sense.
you can think can win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, but just have them pull double duty. They did last year.
It finally won't be Roman Reigns.
They went back to that
Probably.
game last year where people could have a match and then get back into the ring and be in the Rumble. So
True.
I'll
Yeah,
both on
New Day pulled double duty.
the best match possible, and the best match they have that they've even the storylines push towards it is that they're going to do a fatal four-way.
Yeah, we talk shit, but it'll probably be a good match. Those guys usually do put on good matches, but I think they stalled too much at Roadblock. In my opinion, I think they stalled too much.
It though, all people are gonna do is just be paying attention to him floating above the ring the whole time. So that's not even gonna be. They're not even gonna be able to have a good match.
Eh.
Damn, that's depressing a little bit. Because like, I name a single good something in hanging above the ring cage match. None.
There's not. Yeah, there's not. That's easy. Yeah, none. But I just want to talk about one more thing about Roadblock before we move on. I want to talk about the Cruiserweight title match.
Oh man, the cruiserweight division is dead.
It is, but dude, that match was like pretty damn good. That's what sucks.
That was my worst match on the card.
As far as
It was the worst match on the card.
no,
Yeah,
as far as what though? Like the reaction, sure.
Thing. They even on from a working standpoint, what they were doing wasn't telling any kind of story. They were just hitting random moves, and then it just ended. So like I feel like all three of those guys are world-class athletes, and it just felt like they weren't working together. I think they are. All three of them I've seen have amazing matches throughout their career.
Sure.
And they had zero chemistry for a triple threat match for some reason. Didn't work. The Neville thing was awesome though. I like that. I mean, at least they need to pump some people into the division that that people on TV know, and Neville is definitely
someone cares about at all.
I think they care about Neville. So
yeah, no, exactly. He's the only. He's the hottest person in the division by walking out.
Get the best reaction there. They know who he is, and that's where they fucked up the cruiserweight division. Is they were like, oh well, everybody watched that tournament, so they'll do well on Raw without any build. No, Vince, the most hardcore fans watched it. General fans.
No one watched the tournament. I watched it. It was fantastic.
Fantastic. Some of the best stuff they've done in years for WWE, but only hardcore people watched it, not general fans.
I want to tell you something. I didn't tell this story on the last episode, but when I was at Raw, there was like all these people around me. Like whenever they were going to do the cruiserweight, the cruiserweight matches, they would go set stuff up, and everybody. I saw so many people complaining. Oh, they're gonna put the small guys. Like one guy right beside me was like, "Oh, let's go to the bathroom, Timmy. They put the small guys in the ring. Maybe Goldberg will come up."
You're from the fucking South, and those
I think that's from the South, because that's the opposite out here. Like
the opposite out there.
Yeah, they prefer the smaller guys.
Oh, well, dude, motherfuckers. So many people.
I want to see Magnum TA just.
But yeah, there you go.
I loved it back in the day.
Look at his mustache. That's a man.
But it was so disheartening to see how fast they discredit the people just because they're not fucking huge.
I don't think it has anything to do with size, though. At the end of the day, because Enzo's fucking tiny, and he's one of the most over guys on the crew, and I guarantee you, now those same people, when Enzo comes out, are losing their shit for him.
Yeah,
so it has nothing to do with size. It's all about presentation. I mean, here, it all goes back to the night they debuted them, they didn't even bother having the Cruiserweight champion on. So, I mean, why am I supposed to care about a division when the champion isn't even there to debut with them? That says everything you need to know about it. That's how they fucked up.
Gotcha. Okay, well,
Enzo was a boss, and they debuted them right, with NXT, built up. It was excellent, and they just threw these guys out cold with zero build up. No shit, they're not going to get a good reaction. But also the match was garbage. It just wasn't good for whatever reason. It didn't click.
So anything else you guys want to talk about Roadblock before we move on?
Boy, was there one other thing? Oh, wait, no.
There was other matches, but
I was trying to think of what the match was that I was missing. There was one that had no bearing at all and was just like whatever, but it wasn't terrible, and I can't remember what it was. So all right, let's go.
Been that important. All right, so now we can move to SmackDown. What
Owens and Jericho, and it was just good. It wasn't great, but it was good.
Yeah. So anyway, SmackDown. So what about the SmackDown this week was amazing?
Man, it was so. You know what was weird about it? And I don't, Rab, if you agree, it felt like they gave the writing to somebody fresh, like somebody new wrote this show, because it felt like everything mattered.
Like, wait,
it's funny because I was thinking it felt like they gave more control to the wrestlers.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that is either that's the case or they are trying somebody new, because there were some things that missed, but so many things hit. Like the matches were really good, but I loved Styles killing Ellsworth, whatever the fuck his stupid name is.
Yeah,
I loved that. That was amazing. I was like, don't give him a match, have him fucking squash him, and they did. I'm like, wow, good booking decision.
Oh no, it was perfect.
Yeah, it was. I love how he sold too. He just fucking fell, and Styles just killed him. That's the way it should be now. Styles looks like a monster. He looks great. I was like, yeah, and then mentioning the Miz Renee segment was awesome.
Oh man,
that was so good, and we've all been thinking about it, but they never mentioned it, and now they did, and they were like, wow, that was the perfect way to do it. Miz got a shitload of heat for that.
It's so weird that on one hand, yes, this is fake bullshit, and Renee wasn't really upset, but it's been so kept under wraps until Total Divas recently that to see it show up there, you go, oh shit.
Yeah. But then Natalya failing on her promo, even that though at least was I like that she called out Brie for the Cena thing. That's not as impactful, but again, everything just felt good except for Ziggler. Ziggler needs to go away really soon. His book, the way they handle him is awful. Hey, I just became #1 contender. Hey, you're stupid poopy face. All right, I'll put my title shot on the line. Stop it. such a moron. His character is an idiot.
Now, how are you gonna feel when Baron Corbin's the guy that beats AJ?
He's not going to be. But I like that. I like that at least Ziggler is probably not going to be the one that gets the title shot at Rumble. Thank God. Because like that'll be a good match. But I don't want AJ Styles to be fighting Ziggler at Rumble. Because that's just a no-brainer that obviously AJ is going to win. So I want something better than that.
Here's my question. Where the fuck is Undertaker?
Well, the rumor is Undertaker AJ at Rumble. So we'll see if that comes true or not. But that is pretty heavily rumored.
So when it's just going to like happen? Like are they going to build
I think there's two scenarios. One is Undertaker AJ, but I think the more likely one is potentially Cena and AJ at Rumble, and having Cena beat AJ because one of the rumors for the main events is Cena versus Undertaker. Have Taker win the Rumble, have Cena be the champion. I mean that's right there and then. Even though that kind of fucks AJ and I don't like that, but I mean WrestleMania Cena as champion versus Undertaker is pretty fucking awesome, and that's gonna draw more people than AJ and Cena, which is what I'd still like to see because I want to see AJ main event WrestleMania. But Undertaker and Cena is like, I think that's the perfect WrestleMania main event for them to go with if they're really serious about selling it out and in droves, like and getting excitement going. But
yeah,
at least there's possibilities. This Rumble isn't like, oh, I know who's going to win, which is the way it is every year.
Thank God. Thank God. And
by the way, I missed it. What the fuck was Ryan Phillippe doing there?
For Shooter. He does a show after theirs, and Orton had a guest spot on it.
Oh, okay.
That's why. It was just the usual USA plug garbage that nobody cares about, where he pretended to know who Mojo Riley was. You know? Ryan Phillippe doesn't fucking know who Mojo is.
To be fair, are you sure that Mojo knows who Ryan Phillippe is?
I don't even think I know who Mojo is.
Yeah, so, like, was that just a random singles match, or is there...
No, that was just to make Chad Hawkins look like shit.
Okay, cool.
I can't even get his name right.
I know. Yeah, it's Kurt Hawkins.
They can't even get. Oh my, that poor guy. Why? You got to know that he's like, God damn it! Why did I re-sign with them?
He's like, but I'm a party starter.
Oh man, that poor guy. Such a nice guy in real life. One of the few wrestlers that I met. Had a drink with him. Super relaxed, good guy, and they could not care less about him. They do not care about Kurt Hawkins at all.
You know where nice guys
What was the name of that guy who's tag teaming with Hawkins?
Oh man, it must have been somebody with like a writer.
No, not him. Oh. I would remember that.
Oh, sorry.
They were tag team champions. No, the other guy with the dreads.
Oh, that was Tyler Rex.
Oh,
Tyler Rex.
Oh god.
Yeah, Tyler Rex.
That's
the party starters.
Perfect fucking
Yeah, when they
jobber.
came out and did the stripping gimmick, and then Tyler Rex was like, "Ah, fuck this, I quit." he just straight up quit, like nothing.
He retired to take care of his family.
No, but he also said that he knew that he was going nowhere because of Cena, because Cena had a problem with him. So he was.
I remember hearing that.
He did the what's that one move? It's the opposite of the FU, where it's the
UF.
It's the Burning Hammer. Burning Hammer.
Yeah.
So that was his finisher for like one show. Cena saw him do it, and then he buried him after that because he's like, "How dare you do a version of my move?" So that was when
I remember hearing that rumor, and it sounded really bunk to me.
Yeah,
that came out of his own mouth. So
I know it did. That sounds like bullshit.
I'm like, there's enough people that
he was nobody before he was quote unquote buried.
Yeah, but
he was already nobody.
G got buried by Cena apparently just by using one of his catchphrases in a WWE magazine thing.
Also, already nobody. People were already nobody when they claimed they got buried by Cena.
Okay, but think of it this way:
I got buried by Cena.
Main event
I can come out and say I got buried by Cena.
Are the main event talent ever going to come out and say that? Because they have more to lose. The lower guys are never coming back, so they don't give a fuck. Of course, they're going to be honest about it. The higher guys.
But the lower guys have more reason to say, the reason I didn't make it was because John Cena.
JTG never said that. He was never saying he was going to do awesome. He just said he was taking a shit. John Cena came in, knocked on the thing, and was like, "You're going to have some problems for a couple months because he used my catchphrase."
I know, I did hear that. That sounds a great story.
It does sound pretty badass on Cena's part. Like, wait until he's taking a shit and then bury him.
God.
Poor Kurt Hawkins. I feel bad for him. He came back, and honestly, they should have at least given him a chance, but they didn't even debut him right. Same shit they're doing with Emma.
They've been wanting to bring in more, quote unquote. I don't want to say jobbers, but enhancement talent. So maybe they signed him as enhancement talent.
You need jobbers, guys.
As a good hand.
Yeah,
you need guys like that.
Yeah,
so I don't feel bad for him if he came in understanding that's what his role was going to be.
I doubt he did, but I mean, he knows now. So
Then what the fuck do you think he's gonna
Why would
do?
he
Challenge Cena?
come in as anything else?
I don't know. I think his problem is I've always liked him as a like his acting side of wrestling's good, but he's never been good in the ring, like ever.
I know. I mean, I used to watch him all the time on that last season of NXT before NXT became what it is now.
Yeah, I mean it's a big running joke because he wanted to go to PWG really bad, and I was there live when he did have his match. They gave him AJ Styles, and he had a fucking shit match with AJ Styles. So like, that was it. They never invited him back. So one of the running gags in PWG fans, they were like, you had the best possible debut and you had a bad match with AJ Styles. Like that kind of says something. And when other people have done really well, like Trent Beretta had a really bad debut, but since then he came back and he's like a PWG favorite now. Everybody fucking loves that guy. So, I mean, he's just not a very good wrestler.
Where's Trent?
Yeah, where's Trent?
Trent Acid?
Yeah, Trent Beretta. He's in PWG, but he also does Japan mostly. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's poor Kurt Hawkins. But what's going on with Emma?
Nobody knows.
Fuck?
She's fucking the
No
shit
one
out of
knows.
Ryder.
Meltzer said that the first time that she didn't debut and it was a mistake was a legit choice by them, but she's like, now it's just an inside joke. So he's like, so get ready for lots of her never showing up just because they think it's funny.
Isn't that what they're doing with Eve?
Yep,
Eve
same.
Lynn?
Well,
So, like-
they hate.
Oh
Eve.
no, that's different.
And then isn't that what they do with
Eve.
Fandango? Like, how many times are they gonna do the same shit?
Because Vince thinks it's funny.
That's probably, you know what? That's probably true. It's probably simple as it gets right there. It's probably.
You just think it's fucking funny. She's
Oh,
hot.
wait, Eva Marie's never coming back, right?
I mean, after that Sami Zayn thing, I can't see how. After they used her as like the butt of a joke, that was great for Sammy, but man, that sucks for Eva Marie because that was just like, wow, I am better than 1,000 Eva Maries, and everybody's like, yeah, pretty much. God, poor thing. But Ziggler's booking, that's the other thing I want to talk about. How bad is his booking? It's atrocious.
Yeah, I hated the whole, obviously, as I already expressed, the whole Dean Ambrose run that he got. Dean Ambrose's first opponent.
To me, that was his last chance. And then he still had good matches with Miz. Granted, they were good matches.
He
but
did
I
have
was
good
like,
matches with Miz, yeah.
But I was like, he lost to Ambrose, and Ambrose basically called him a bitch, and then he beat him pretty easy. And so it was like, oh, your stock just went down. Then he loses to Miz at the end of their feud, and I'm like, your stock is done, bro. And then all of a sudden, number one contender.
But no, the one thing that he blew up for that little short span when everybody thought his career, like, he was gonna lose. The rumors were spreading everywhere. And dude, everybody was into that match. Then everybody got hyped when he won. Everybody got pumped up. But then it instantly, obviously, got shot back down. But everybody was into Ziggler for those 2 seconds that everybody thought he was gonna be retiring.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not. I don't think it's his fault at all that I don't care about him. It's their booking of him is awful. Like
He's a great worker.
Just a word. Oh yeah, no, he's. I mean, I think he should have turned heel a year ago because I think he's a much better heel than a face. He does the cocky piece of shit. He's so pretty. Like you generally want to make the pretty ones the bad guys.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck was his like when he had that promo against Styles? Why did it look like some transvestite from the 70s was coming out to call out AJ Styles? His jacket, his hair. I'm like, what are you doing right now? You look like an idiot. God, he's awful.
I just want to hear you say he's pretty again.
He is pretty.
There you go.
He is. He's too pretty. Like I don't understand why. You want him to be like a badass. I don't want him to be beautiful. Doesn't work for me. But like, why?
We already have one of those with Tyler Breeze.
Yeah, but Tyler Breeze is a joke. Dolph Ziggler could be.
That's a really fucking weird.
That's a back.
Too.
No, I'm saying like that's what you get for being pretty. You get fucking
like,
shit on.
If they booked like AJ really bad, and I go, yeah, but I mean they did that to Jinder Mahal.
They could book AJ any way they fucking wanted. AJ's gonna come out on top.
AJ, I think AJ is basically their golden boy right now because of how good his matches with Reigns and Cena were. Like that once. Yeah. I think that's it. Once Vince, because there was all those reports that Ryback was saying that like Vince was like, oh, he's a fucking joke, like kill him. But once he had those back-to-back matches, Reigns is obviously loves him because he made Reigns look like a fucking beast.
Those are great matches.
Then Cena is probably like, this guy is amazing. You have the two biggest names in the company basically saying this guy's legit. That's it. He's royalty. So, yep. AJ's where he needs to be. I would love AJ to take the belt all the way into Mania, unless they're going to do Cena and Undertaker, then put the belt on Cena and do that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But yeah, either way, Cena's going to be the one to beat him, though.
I just like how there's so many different like people in play where we got like coming into Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, you got so many. You got Undertaker, possibly, hopefully, maybe Cena, AJ. You got hopefully, maybe what's his nuts? The Demon guy. What the fuck? Yeah, Demon guy comes back, hopefully by WrestleMania.
I do. Well, they said
What's his nuts?
Finn Balor.
Finn Balor.
He's probably not coming back at Rumble. They said he might not make. Who knows? I mean, he looks pretty good, but there's one outcome though that I'm afraid of, and they've already set it up, and I don't like it, and I think there's a possibility that I know that's our main event for WrestleMania.
What's that?
The rumor was Reigns and Strowman. So he attacked him and destroyed him on Raw. Well, Reigns
I did hear that, and I assume it's just people looking into my nightmares and coming up with main events.
Freddy Krueger.
Been great. Strowman's been great.
Strowman's been all right. Been all right. I will admit I've warmed up to him a little bit. A little bit. Not very much. A little
good call putting him on his own, which I didn't think was going to be a good call at first.
A little bit.
But think about this.
I would never want to watch that as the main event. Oh my God, I'd give up.
He destroyed Reigns on Raw pretty convincingly, too. And Strowman's going to be in the Rumble, and Reigns is in the title match. So, I mean, I could easily see Reigns just getting the title, and then Strowman winning the Rumble, and then we have our WrestleMania main event. The worst possible choice for WrestleMania main event, but like a typical Vince choice. Oh, but Reigns, he can't overcome the odds. Strowman's so big.
No. That's all I have to say about that.
What are you going to do if that's the way they go, though? What are you going to do?
I'm going to fucking lose my shit. I agree, like Strowman, just with you guys, Strowman, I have not been a fan of his. He's done good stuff lately. He's pretty solid mid to almost upper card guy right now. I think he's doing what he needs to be doing with Sami Zayn, where they are. But fucking main eventing WrestleMania, we were freaking out when we talked about him facing Undertaker. Fucking main eventing WrestleMania? Are you fucking nuts?
I think the other argument why they're using him so aggressively is because he's one of the top paid guys in the company.
Who?
Strowman.
Braun Strowman is one of the top paid guys in the company?
He's well over $1 million a year, and that's because he had a big bodybuilding, like, I don't know what you call it, like the weightlifting or strongman contest thing before they signed him, so they signed him for a shitload of money.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, I can see Vince going, we're paying this guy this amount of money, and he's big, and I love big guys, so main event WrestleMania. I could easily see that, because they've been really making him look like a convincing monster. So I could see that going in a direction. And that came from Meltzer, too. Meltzer said that the plan was Reigns and Strowman in a singles match, but they're both set up in a position to main event if that's what WWE chooses.
Wow. I will have serious issues with WrestleMania if it's Reigns and Strowman in the main event.
Yeah, I mean, I will watch it anyways, but I will.
I mean, of course I'll watch it, but...
Well, no, but think of it. Okay, so what about this thing? So Cena and Undertaker, like, do you agree that that's probably the best case main event, I think? Just because
one of them, yeah, definitely.
So what if they have Strowman win the Rumble, they have Reigns win the title, and that is, that's going to be on WrestleMania, but what if the main event is still Cena and Undertaker because it's a big deal? Would you be okay with that?
I would be okay with it. If it's not the main event, I'm okay with Strowman on the card facing for a title, sure. Not as the main event.
I think the title should always be the main event.
I do too, but
not
I think
if it's the other title.
There are some situations, though, like very minor situations, where I think that a big match, like Cena Undertaker, I think is one of the few things left that is bigger than a title match at WrestleMania.
Well, here's my question. Why are we forgetting about the United States title?
Well, that's what the original...
There's a really good answer for that.
Yeah?
You've also forgotten about the United States.
Forgot. Okay, yeah.
About it, but that was the rumors that would be for the U.S. title. But Meltzer
fine.
Also said there is a chance that they were going with main event WrestleMania, though. They have Reigns coming in with both titles, like being the first guy to ever walk into WrestleMania with both belts and defend them both. So,
Really, no.
You know how Vince thinks? He doesn't understand, anything about what we want. So I could see him being like, oh, but that big Haas Strowman and Owen Reigns will have both the belts on the line? Oh, yeah, this will be great. Yeah, I know. The same guy who thought Randy Orton versus Batista was going to be a great main event for WrestleMania. I don't put anything past him anymore.
It probably would have been decent, but not good.
No, they would have hated it. Absolutely shit on it in
Sure,
every way.
They definitely would have shit on it, no matter what. No
It
matter
would have
how
been
good it
really
was, they would have shit on it.
to watch the crowd shit on it with yes chants, though, while they attempted to wrestle for 30 minutes and just watching Batista blow up.
But anything else for SmackDown?
That's it.
I did want to talk about some end of the year stuff. Oh
no,
hold on.
wait.
What you
There's
got?
one thing left in SmackDown we haven't talked about.
Okay, what is it?
Alexa Bliss, she's amazing, and I love her.
I don't know. I'm not liking her booking.
Really? I'm enjoying it. I thought
they're doing the. It doesn't matter. I like her a lot, by the way. I don't want to get that wrong. I like her. For one, she should not have won the belt already. Becky was in her prime and hadn't had any time with it. So I don't know what's going on with Vince not giving NXT women like a proper length title run, but whatever. They gave it to her, so that's fine. But she's doing the same typical, I'm a heel, this is my first title run, so I am impossibly stupid and cowardly.
But it makes sense, because she was stupid and cowardly before she won the title.
Yeah, I just don't like it, though. I still feel like Becky had a good... Yeah, Becky should have held it into Mania and then dropped it. But nope, they're just a hot potato it.
Well, see, that's the difference. If somehow they manage to have her have Lisa Rain like what Daniel Bryan first had the world title, where he just kept improbably keeping it, I think they can do that with Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then have Becky win it down the line.
I'm sad that Becky was so stupid that she had to dress up like a luchador, and I knew immediately what they were doing. And that was probably the weakest part of SmackDown, was Becky jumping around in a luchador outfit and just going, come on.
Oh, yeah, I will agree. I'm talking about, in general, I've liked their segments.
Yeah. Well, Bliss is just hot as fuck, too, so that helps.
It doesn't hurt.
She looks a lot like she screams porn star just by looking at her, by the way. So.
Yeah, but that makes her hotter to me, because that means that she seems attainable.
Okay, well, there you go. But if we ever get big enough to get a T-shirt, we got to have a T-shirt that says, I don't like the booking on that, Matt Zion. Because literally, I heard you say like 8 times this fucking episode already.
I mean, I've said it overall. My biggest problem with them is because WWE has basically all the talent now. They have everybody. They have everything
they have a lot.
you could possibly want. The problem is their writers are inept and their booking sucks, and that's pretty usual.
But could you at least agree that I would say the past 2 months, both shows have started to get really good?
No, not Raw. Raw's been awful. Raw is almost unwatchable. SmackDown, I agree. SmackDown's been awesome. I've really enjoyed SmackDown. That's why I think I'm probably giving up on Raw, and I'm going to watch SmackDown.
No, SmackDown has been ahead. It's definitely been ahead, but
SmackDown's considerably better because it's not even close.
Yeah, Raw. Literally, I think. Can I do anything else right now with my time? SmackDown, I was legitimately enjoying it, and I was like, okay, this is great. You know why? Again, the time difference, too. 2-hour investment versus 3 hours of just droning on and on.
Yeah. So even if it was 2 hours, you still think that they couldn't...
I think it would improve it. It would improve it. Well, because it would force them to consolidate down into a tighter show.
Yeah.
So that's like we were talking about Jobber Radio. When it goes long, I don't think it's as good. But when we tighten it up and try to keep it on track, it's good. But Raw tends to just kind of fly off into every direction. It's just it's awful.
I see what you did there. There. So by the way, guys, starting next year, we are going to try to go back to our 1 hour mark. We originally were doing that. If you remember, if you listened to us back in the day, we're going to try to make sure we cut down and hit that 1 hour mark because these guys don't like going over an hour. They said.
I think it's also because we went from 3 people, we're going to get pretty close to it, or we won't go over that far. But when we have 5 people on here, that's really hard to do.
With yet cutting down to an hour, probably.
Yeah, it's hard because we have Lee and Scott. It's a lot of people to talk.
But anyway, so just heads up on that. We'll be trimming these things down. So if you have been looking for shorter episodes, they are coming. But this is our year-end episode, and I wanted to say let's hold on till the next episode for that. That's what I try to talk these guys into. So I think we need to go into a little. Somebody posted in the comment section on the last video, and they said they wanted to see us do a give our little year-end awards for WWE. We're not going to go in depth or anything crazy, but I wanted to see what your guys' opinions were on some of these. Like, I just wrote 4 down that maybe we can just do. We can give our own what we thought was pay-per-view of the year, match of the year, breakout star of the year, and who was the biggest letdown of the year.
The answer to all of those is JBL.
JBL, every single one of them. JBL, you fucking.
All right, let's go. What's first?
Let's do letdown of the year. So just try to think a little bit who you think's been the biggest letdown of the year.
That's easy.
Okay.
The club.
The club. That's a really good pick. That's a really good pick.
Just the Bullet Club in general. They
Honestly,
they had a fucking. They basically, like we said before, they had like an ability to print money with those people. The merchandise alone, what they would have sold, and they were basically like, nope, fuck it, fuck them. That's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's mine.
All right, Rab, do you have one? You were about to say something. What's up?
Well, the club. I think the club is the answer, but just to give someone else, and nothing against him, I think he's amazing. But Kevin Owens, and it's more about the second half of the year, obviously.
Sure.
But I really haven't liked his run as champion. So I think that's a big disappointment because when he won the championship, I was very psyched about it, and I've been disappointed by it, honestly. Once again, I don't think it's all on him. I think he's wonderful, but it's been disappointing.
Sure, yeah, that's not necessarily like somebody who thinks bad, but you know what? Ironically, I was thinking about going Dean Ambrose because of his bad title run, but then I thought about how he's had like an overall. I think overall he's had a decent year.
His was better. Yeah, his was better than Owens.
Yeah. I mean, the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, fucking everything went. I thought it was one of my favorite pay-per-views, but we'll get into that a little bit in a minute. But you know what? Dude, I think you may have just swayed me. I think I got to go with the club, too. The club was a big, fucking huge letdown. They had so much hype coming into this from Japan, and so many people thought they were going to do so many amazing things. And I think they got killed due to their obsession with getting the longest title run out of New Day. I think that's
it was half that and half Carl Anderson wasn't liked. I don't know if that's changed, but he made a comment on Jericho's podcast about Ric Flair owing him money, and Flair is basically like beloved backstage. On Jericho's podcast, Jericho was asking about stories in Japan, and I guess like he owed Carl Anderson a shitload of money, and so Anderson was like basically taking shots at Ric Flair. So a bunch of the boys heard that, including like Cena, Triple H, and them heard that, and so that was it. Once that happened, they didn't like him, so he was in the doghouse. That's why they split the club from AJ. Because AJ was so liked, and Vince saw him as such a potential, investment that he didn't want him being dragged down by Anderson and Gallows because they were in the doghouse.
I didn't hear that at all. Wow, okay.
That was the big reason. I know New Day was a point of it, but I think the major reason was he just had big backstage heat. So I mean, it was partly his doing. He should have shut his fucking mouth, But I mean, he went on a podcast, so you gotta have stories and stuff. But yeah.
The bad thing is you go on podcasts and you talk about the real shit behind the scenes.
Yeah, you get comfortable and you don't know what you're doing. Yeah. But that was it. So that sucks. Because again, WWE, fuck, man. They could have made so much money off of the club.
True. So many. They could have sold so many more shirts, so many more. I mean, I'm sure they're doing good with like Baylor Club and all that kind of stuff, but yeah.
AJ's merchandise sucks. That's one thing I wish that they would change. I don't like AJ's merch ever. None of his shirts have ever screamed like I need to buy this.
You don't
like Owens? No, I don't. The Owens has the best though. I buy every one of Owens' shirts. Every one of them is creative and fun.
The only shirt I've gotten this year is a Kevin Owens shirt.
Yeah, and then like Sami Zayn's another bad one. Sami needs better shirts. His shirts are terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, his shirts make me think that I should be like a hippie.
I don't know. I've never even like even
Burning Man and shit.
Even his outfit. I don't like his fucking ring attire. I've never like he just.
Yeah, it's not as good as El Generico stuff.
Yeah,
but
even though El Generico had like the most generic, of course, generic like outfit ever.
His cartoon characters of himself on his own trunks were always entertaining.
Yeah. But how about breakout star of the year? Who do you guys think could have been possibly breakout?
It's Styles.
Does that count though?
He is
it counts. He wasn't even there at the beginning.
I think that's too easy though. That's got to be. That would be more like superstar of the year, which I didn't even pick that.
He can be both.
He's both.
Wow.
We can just skip right to it.
Okay.
Everybody was like, when he debuted, we were all like, oh my God, like, I can't believe he's actually there. And then it went from, He'll probably only last like maybe 2 weeks before they, treat him like shit. He's the WWE champion, and I would argue he's one of the best booked guys.
And he's strong. He's booked strong.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you're gonna go, I mean, obviously he would
Fine.
be.
You want someone else? I will go again with Alexa Bliss.
Really?
I think she's been a huge breakout star on the women's scene. Becky Lynch was established already. Charlotte was established already. Bayley was established already. And I know they came up, but Bayley only came up this year, but she was already established. I don't think anyone would have gone into this year thinking that Alexa Bliss was going to be a women's champion at the end of the year.
Yeah, I liked all of the SmackDown women's roster, actually. I much prefer their roster over Raw's.
I agree. I mean, it had to do with how they're using them. I mean, we've got 2 women's segments going simultaneously on SmackDown, and it doesn't feel like overwrought.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And because then they forced Sasha versus Big Gal throws, and I'm like, that's gonna be too much. I just liked when they debuted the SmackDown roster and how all of them got overhauls in their gimmicks. They're all really fun, and I also like Carmella.
No, fuck! I was about to say everyone but Carmella because she's a piece of shit.
But that's what she's supposed to be. That's her job.
No. There's a difference. There's a big difference.
She's great.
Between somebody that's a piece of shit.
Carmella, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my god, she's the most annoying thing.
Her theme song's so good.
Her little ooh, let me do a fucking moonwalk across. Fuck off.
Oh, I love her. She's great.
Dude,
so good. She's a super deal.
You need to.
No, I'm serious. I like her a lot.
You don't get it. You just don't get it.
Oh,
Bummer just doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it.
That's her job. She's supposed to be a piece of shit. You're supposed to hate her.
No, there's difference. There's the Miz.
No, there's not.
There's the Miz, and then there's Carmella.
JBL X-Pac heat for you. You hate her so much you don't want to watch her.
I agree. I'm
not agreeing.
Something about no. I agree with
her.
I agree with what you just said. Yeah, when she comes out, I just get overly angry that she's not in a good way. I don't want to watch this anymore. She's too cringy. She fucking sucks ass. She needs to get
fabulous.
off my screen. Wow, you guys need to stop trolling. You've been trolling me this whole fucking show.
I really like her. She's the only one to do the Jersey Shore annoying asshole gimmick where it actually works and I want to watch.
Wow.
Only one. Nobody's ever been able to do that, and I've been like, that's good because Robbie E was annoying as shit. Zack Ryder started doing that, annoying as shit. She's good because she rides that fine line between me not wanting to watch and me wanting to watch her get her ass kicked. Well, and she has sex with Big Cass in real life. Somehow.
I don't have to worry about that line, so she's completely gone from me. But anyway,
her art on a nightly basis.
Yeah, God, she's so fucking cringy though.
That'd be good.
So fucking cringy. Anyway, my breakout star. I have actually. It's funny because I have 2. I have one that's the obvious is James Ellsworth. Holy fuck, this piece of shit guy comes in. And he is the greatest.
Come on, give us your real pick.
I guarantee you, he wins the fucking Slammy.
He's fucking done in 3 months. They're not even gonna keep...
I agree 100%. He's doing exactly what he needs to be doing. He's a no-name guy that comes in, he gets super big, and then he goes bye-bye. That he's doing exactly what he needs to do. The Colin Delaney shit.
They could have done that with anyone.
Correct.
He was just the one that they attached a rocket to his ass for some reason because Vince thought it was funny he didn't have a chin. That's it. There's no doubt about him.
Honestly, I don't think that's a bad pick.
No, it's not. It's not a bad pick at all. I'm not saying he's an amazing wrestler.
You don't think it's a bad pick. It was your pick.
Okay.
It's over AJ Styles. I can't see that.
Well, I thought AJ was the cheap route. That was obvious. Everybody knew AJ was going to be fucking amazing.
It's true. He's easily the biggest breakout star they have.
I'm gonna give you that one because my other one is kind of the same route, which would be the Miz, which he's been on top. He's main event of WrestleMania, blah blah blah. But the Miz, I've not liked the Miz in his entire history in the WWE. Not even he was Carmella for me. But of course, lately with his big promo on Smack Talk and everything he's been doing, he's won me over. And to me, he's broke out big time this year. So he would be my AJ Styles type breakout of the year. Somebody that
I would think he's right behind Styles. I can't believe that I would say it, but like I'd be fine if they put him in the main event of WrestleMania because I think he's earned it. They're not going to do it, but I think he's gotten to the point where his character where like he deserves an actual WrestleMania main event that could make up for that last shitty one because he's been on fire and it's not just his character, his matches have been excellent. Like it feels like he gets it now. Like all of a sudden he connected the dots and he understands telling a story in the ring and just being a really good piece of shit. He's great. Almost as good as Carmella.
Maurice is fantastic.
Yeah, she's hot as fuck, so it's always good to look at.
I meant as a character in the thing with the tits.
Yeah, no, she fits in perfectly because they're both just snobby assholes who are delusional.
But yeah, no, I'm not saying he's my favorite, but I'm saying he's definitely for me.
No,
he's
I think
stepped
it's a good
it
pick.
up a notch. Yeah, he's definitely stepped a notch for me. But
I think it's funny that they sacrificed Ziggler to make Miz look good.
yeah, it's funny how that works. But no, I just skipped. No, I wasn't gonna do Superstar of the Year because I figured that would be too obvious. I figured everybody would pick AJ, so I didn't even think we'd talk about that one. So how about match of no. Let's do pay-per-view of the year. I want to say match of the year last. Let's go to pay-per-view of the year. For you guys, what was your pay-per-view? What?
I don't know. They all blend together, so I'd have to actually look it up. I have no idea what I would pick.
Can we name the pay-per-views just real quick? Just say them out loud.
You want me to name every pay-per-view?
There were like 90 of them. Please.
I was about to say I don't.
I would say whichever match had the first encounter between Reigns and Styles was my favorite personally.
Reigns Styles.
Just that match. That match was unbelievable.
That match made it the pay-per-view of the year.
I'm gonna say Royal Rumble because
what?
I'm gonna say Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble was the match of the pay-per-view of the year.
I feel like saying best pay-per-view isn't possible because there's too many of them. They all blend together. It's more match of the year in my opinion. Than pay-per-view of the year because there's too many of them now. Before it was like choose between 10, now choose between 3,700. Too many.
Okay, well if you guys want to just fucking cut out the thing, well let's just do that.
I wasn't cutting out. I gave up a thing. I said
you didn't even. You just literally just said Royal Rumble. That could have been. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's not like I could have meant any Royal. And we're not talking about Roadblock, where I could have meant any of it 9 fucking things that happened this year.
Sure.
Royal Rumble. It was great. Reigns didn't win, which was nice, even though it was still all about Reigns. AJ Styles showed up, and that was fucking amazing.
The Dean Ambrose twist at the end was awesome.
It was, yeah. But
and I was there.
And you were there. Well, that always helps. The Raw I went to. That was Raw of the year for me. But yeah, I was actually going to pick Backlash because to me, top to bottom, it was all SmackDown pay-per-view. That was a great pay-per-view. I think that was fantastic. And, of course, it was when Dean Ambrose lost his title, but
I thought you were going to say Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank what is number 2 for me. It was fantastic. That was one of the actual only moments of the year where I had that, like, shocked. I was super, like, brought back to the days where I was like a kid watching wrestling again. That was when Dean Ambrose won the title. But overall, top to bottom pay-per-view, I think Backlash was fantastic. But anyway, since we don't want to talk about it, let's go to match of the year. There's
a lot of good ones. I mean, there's Cedric Alexander versus what's his name? Japanese guy. I always forget his name. Off the tournament. That was excellent. Yeah. I think Miz and Ziggler, where Ziggler won the belt, was amazing. That is a fucking crime that wasn't the main event of that pay-per-view. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens on having their supposed final match against each other was damn good as well.
That was fantastic. That was
a really good match.
Yeah.
But and Cena and AJ at SummerSlam was also excellent. But my favorite was still, I really enjoyed the 2 matches between Styles and Reigns. I thought those were just like,
sure.
Those were unbelievable. Watching how great that those two worked with each other. So I'd pick both of those on par with each other.
Gotcha. Again, I had a lot. One of my favorite matches was the Survivor Series match was actually really good. I like the main event and the tag team match were both really fucking great. But if I had to pick overall best match of the year, I think I would put it up easily against any other match there was. SummerSlam, Cena, AJ, their match at SummerSlam was easily to me match of the year. Nothing came.
Yeah, close. It was better because Cena wasn't fucking calling out loud spots like he did on their first match.
Yeah, what Money in the Money in the
Yeah.
Bank, I think.
Whip me into the corner, clothesline. Shut up, John. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Christ, this is supposed to be a good match. You're too loud.
Yeah. And the Money in the Bank match actually was pretty fucking great, too.
Yeah, it was good. But it was that one thing that ruined it.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to go AJ, Cena, SummerSlam. Fucking great. Good stuff.
That's your cue, Rab.
Yep, I was about to say, I'm going to keep saying little small words till it jumps in. Rab, you there?
Wait, what? Match of the. Is that what we do?
Did you go take a shit? Match of the year.
No, I would never do that in the middle of a
Match of the year. Did you have a match of the year? And don't say the Royal Rumble.
Why not? Why can't I say Royal Rumble?
You can say. You can.
What
say.
no,
okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. The Revival versus DIY.
Yeah, that was really good too.
Revival versus DIY. The one at
The final
Toronto.
one. Yeah, the final one.
Yeah, the 2 out of 3 falls.
Wow.
That was awesome.
That match was fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fucking Revival. I love fucking DIY. I like NXT way better than Raw. So it would make sense for me to pick the Revival. I was trying to think of which ones. That's why I was still in my head about the Revival.
Sure.
The Revival versus DIY.
Now,
I loved Gargano and Ciampa versus Arn and Anderson.
Yeah, Arn and Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys think they're going to transition into WWE? Like legit?
Yes.
I hope so. I mean, to me, it was
they
between,
will, but
to me, it was between that match and them versus American Alpha.
Yeah, they'll do well. Both those teams though need to go on SmackDown.
you don't think?
Not.
I mean,
No, because I don't want anything to ever go on Raw because Raw's destroying everything I love.
no, I didn't
Yep.
say. I didn't. Say, but you don't think Vince? Do you think Vince really likes him, or do you think he's going to come and be like, "Well, when the Basham brothers fucking Doug and Danny Basham are back"?
I don't know. They're old school looking and shit. He likes that kind of shit.
But the one
Yes,
thing you could
they're
argue
small,
is
though.
that he might not like them because obviously he didn't push to get them quickly, and Triple H kept them on NXT. So sometimes that's a bad sign because that's why Breeze didn't do shit because I think they knew the moment he got called up that he was done. So hopefully, though, yeah, I'm hoping that
Breeze was never even a top guy on NXT.
True.
I mean, he was a name at least,
He
like
was.
the one who has nobody.
No, what he was the bellwether. What he was the guy everyone goes through.
Yeah. Well,
he wasn't a big guy.
How do you think Rude's gonna do though? Because I actually think Rude's gonna do pretty well.
Rude's going to do great.
I think Rude's gonna do awful, and I like Rude.
No,
I just
that
don't
intro-
see them using. I just don't see them using him well.
I call bullshit. That entrance is going to fucking
He
carry
has
him.
to go to SmackDown though.
Exactly. He has to go, but he's gonna end up on Raw.
Yeah, I think he will end up on Raw.
Yeah, he will end up on Raw probably.
And
But
it's gonna be awful. It's not that I don't think he's great. I think he's been fantastic
he's
on
got to
NXT.
win the NXT fight.
I just think that it's gonna. I just think they're gonna do shit with him. He's gonna be like the club. He's gonna.
You know who is guaranteed to fail though if he ever gets called up is Ty Dillinger.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no! I hope Ty Dillinger never comes up. It's funny because I was thinking about that the other day, where in my head Ty Dillinger is starting to become Tyler Breeze before he came up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, same exact thing. Losing every match.
I was thinking about this. I think on the drive to work yesterday because I don't give a shit about Raw. NXT is always in my head.
Okay.
So on the drive to work while I was listening to the theme song for Ty Dillinger because it was on my Spotify top played of 2016 playlist because I just listened to 10 over and over again.
Crazy.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, oh my god, I hope he never comes up because it's going to be exactly the same as Tyler Breeze.
Yeah,
because he's becoming what Tyler Breeze was. He's becoming that bellwether guy that everyone goes through at least at one point, and he's a good hand, and they trust him. Oh, it's going to be awful.
But I think Nakamura and Joe are going to do really well. I think it's.
Unless they go to Raw. I don't think.
Yeah, well, if they go to SmackDown, yeah.
They have to go to SmackDown. Oh god.
Raw ruins everything.
Yeah, I want to see. I think both will do well regardless of where they go because those are two main event talent guys.
I agree with
I
that.
thought that was true about Kevin Owens.
No, but Owens is doing really well. We just hate the show he's on.
Owens,
So-
yeah. Owens will be
I
fine.
hate everything he's doing.
Just right
No,
now.
I like him. I think the problem is it's one like you're gonna hate me, Bomber. It's the booking, but I think it's also the fact that Jericho's just outshining him. I mean, that's
I agree.
bottom line. At the end of the day, Jericho is far more entertaining than Owens is at the moment.
That's. I think that's exactly.
I think
what
Bomber's
it is.
taking a shit now too.
Wait, shit.
All right, Bomber is now dead.
Fuck! I did not know I had my mic muted. I'm so sorry. I went to blow my nose, and I obviously didn't want that on there, and I forgot to unmute. No, dude, I agree 100%. He is getting outshined like a motherfucker. And to be honest with you, I think Owens, this whole title reign would be unwatchable completely if it wasn't for Chris Jericho. I don't think.
I'm not sure about that.
I think he's helping it, yet hurting it at the same time.
Owens throughout his whole career shined on his own being a big giant dickhead, and so like I think the problem is Owens is being comic relief heel instead of being badass. I can take on anybody. I'm a dick to everybody heel because traditionally over his whole career, everywhere he's went, he's been a badass dick.
Yeah.
But now they're like, okay, well, Jericho's kind of a joke, so you're going to be a joke, so he's a joke. Like, what? I have no investment in Owens as champion. And one, and two, the way he won it, and not having Triple H follow up as being his protege, that was the biggest mistake.
That was the biggest fuck. I'm going to go back. That's the biggest letdown of the year. What the fuck? I'm going back to that. Biggest letdown of the year. Them not following up on that shit. They haven't even really addressed it.
Yeah, they're not going to either. I highly doubt it.
No, it's disappeared.
It's done. Yeah, I think they're going to.
We're never thinking about it again.
I don't think he was so much helping Owens as he just hated Rollins. That's what they're going to explain it as. He's just like, I fucking hate you for using the pedigree at the end.
Yeah.
So that's that their whole feud will be based around a move. But whatever. I think that'll be a fun Mania match, though. I'm down for Rollins Triple H. That's cool. I think there's so many awesome possibilities for Mania this year.
This should be a fantastic. If they blow this Mania, they fucked up hard.
Yep.
They worked really hard to fuck up. This isn't like the best Mania in the past fucking 10 years almost.
Yeah.
It should be great. They got a lot of stuff in play. But I want to talk about a little podcast stuff if you guys don't mind for a second. Talk about our success over the year real quick. What do you guys want to hear about some good stuff? Some positive stuff around here? Yeah, guys, did you know on iTunes right now, if you would go and rate us, that would be great. But right now, don't fuck this up for us. We have 5 stars. We're a 5-star rated podcast on iTunes. Right now.
How many votes do
You're
we
about
have?
to find out. We have a total of, let me count this, 6 ratings on iTunes right now.
That's really depressing.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But either way, I see the 5. I ignore the 6. You see?
I wish you didn't tell me that.
I see the 5. I ignore the 6.
Because now I realize I'm just talking to you two.
No, we get about 1,000 views on Reckless Eating, which I know it's probably going to depress you to say this is easily the lowest viewed thing that I post. So
well, sure, it's about wrestling.
Oh no, I'm fully aware of that.
I was going through Reckless Eating. They get about 2,000. That's a good 2,000 on each.
No,
episode.
the last like 2 have only gotten like 1,000. Like the last one performed probably the worst.
Well,
the last one didn't have me and Rab. That's why the last one did the worst because me and Rab weren't on. So we should probably do 2,000 now that me and Rab are here.
Yeah, it'll probably be another 2,000. But
yeah.
These are pretty short. I just want to read these reviews to you real quick. I think they're pretty nice, and we appreciate you guys giving us some reviews. And if you want to give us some more, don't fuck up our 5 stars, please, and keep it going.
When you give us a 5-star, which I'm all for, leave us if you're watching Reckless Eating, go on iTunes, give us a 5-star rating. But in the feedback, say Bomber has a severe weird reaction to Daniel Bryan love.
No.
Make sure you say that Bomber hates Daniel Bryan with a passion. But give us a 5.
That's not it. Anyway,
are you willing to take a little bit of criticism in order to get some 5s?
Trust me, as you're about to find out in a couple of seconds, I have taken quite a bit of criticism over the past year. But anyway, the first review is from Robbie Hart. He said, "Wow, the title was Wow, Amazing Podcast." These guys, first of all, this guy is so full of shit. These guys are really knowledgeable about wrestling. That's his first sentence. So we know that's not completely true. He can listen to...
No, I more than the average fan. I agree. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Can listen to them all day is how he finished it. These guys are really knowledgeable about wrestling, can listen to them all day. But for real, appreciate that. It's a nice comment there. And the next one...
Oh, wait, you put for real? Oh,
no,
you asshole.
No, I said that.
Oh, you said... Okay, you're the asshole.
No, he didn't
Jake.
say that. No.
Thank you, Robbie.
The next person, Zombie Creep 658. The title was #Go Kane. That was one of our episode names that we did a little while back. But his comment was, a wrestling podcast with true diehard fans that are friends. Who could ask for more? Well, he got most.
I don't even watch.
I was about to say he got most of that right. So we're almost friends. But
To be fair, I think we are diehards.
I mean, if you do a podcast about wrestling, I think you're, yeah. This is my favorite right here. T Nation 81. The title, yes. That's it. Literally, the title is just yes. Love this podcast. Needs to be weekly. Not so much that can't definitely, that'll never happen.
No.
But I like how the title.
What's funny is I thought about it at one point. I'm like, the podcast would be better if it was weekly. Now I know we're not gonna do it.
It would be better if it was bi-weekly. If we actually stuck to what we were gonna do, it would be better that way. But we can't even hit that, so let's try to aim for that one first. But next is Kevin SZN. This podcast is amazing if you love wrestling. Well, obviously that's why you're here. And
but it's shit like anything else.
His comment is, I'm here from Reckless Eating, and I enjoy wrestling, so it's the perfect combination. There you go. That's Kevin SZN. And then we have Amir Khalid.
I know Amir.
You know Amir. Okay. His post says, give it a shot. That's the title. It says, if you're a true wrestling fan who loves podcasts, these guys won't disappoint to entertain you and make you laugh. Hashtag fuck peanut. So that's good.
Good comment.
Yep,
good comment.
That's a good one. And the last one is Serge Howe. I'm sure that's not right, but his title is Love You Guys, and his comment is Love You Guys spelled backwards. So,
all right.
Yeah. So we need some more of these. Hopefully we get some more of these coming in, but always fun to see. And I went through and looked at the numbers for this year, and I can tell you our most viewed episode on iTunes, that is. And it's very... Well, first of all, I want you guys... What do you think was our most listened to episode, or most downloaded episode this year?
As long as it's not trivia, then we're good.
Was it trivia?
What if it was?
Then I'm going to be really mad.
Trivia was the number 2 downloaded episode we had this year.
So that's why you were pushing it so hard.
Pushing what?
Trivia. You're like, it's number 2 most viewed. Let's do more trivia.
I never said that. I never said that.
I like the trivia.
I love the trivia, and like,
oh god, I don't. I'm the only one, I guess.
I think you are. Like, I looked at the comments on Reckless Eating. If you look through the comments, that is the most positive commented episode that we've done. Everybody was very positive about
I made 40 accounts and put positive comments.
Well, if you did, then hey, that's dedication right there. But no, our number one. Yeah, I think it would be obvious. Our WrestleMania 32 review episode.
Yeah, they always do really good.
Yeah, that was our most. That was our number 1. Number 2 is trivia, and number 3 was our draft. The draft that we did. Raw versus SmackDown, where me and Rab really did win, but because of popularity, we had.
Yeah, we won.
Yeah, Scott and.
Yeah, we won.
And, this guy won.
Yep.
And then number 4 was John Seaman. But anyway, But yeah, I did go through a lot of the comments, and I wrote down a bunch of them. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I will go through a couple. And the 2 most hashtagged comment highlights this year through all the episodes, I went through every comment on every video I did. I'm sorry, I did do that. Number 1,
that's kind of creepy.
Number 1 was hashtag Cat Lives Matter. That was our most popular hashtag.
Damn right.
And number 2 was hashtag Go Kane. There was a lot of hashtag Go Kane.
God damn it. Fuck Kane.
Yep. There sure was. But one thing I noticed through the comments was a lot of people did not like our theme song when we first upgraded it. When Peanut recut our...
Oh, I love it.
I agree. I thought the original was better than the...
No, I love it the way it is. I think it's perfect.
That's the funny thing, because on that show where we debuted it, everybody hated it. And as it went on, we continued to get more and more comments saying they love the theme. So
yeah, it's great, because it sounds professional.
People actually really like it now.
I still think the original... we're not professional.
Well, true.
No, but you need... It's a podcast. You have to have a professional intro.
Yeah, I mean...
I could, for Reckless Eating, my intros could be me whipping my dick around while I put popcorn in my mouth, but I have a professional animator make our intros.
That would be, I'm not going to lie, that'd be pretty intense.
Get on it, Richard!
That'd be pretty intense. But yeah, that's one thing that I saw a big turn. People didn't like it at first, but they actually, we're still getting every episode now. We're getting some comments about how they like the intro, and we hope you guys like I didn't even mention the Christmas song in the beginning though. Peanut did cut that for us, so thanks, Peanut. Let's see what else. There was a lot of Peanut hate. There was a bunch of fuck Peanut things.
Good. He deserves it.
Rab, there was one comment in here that I think you needed to see. Let me type this up. There was a comment on episode number 22 titled Jesus. Jesus. Okay, that hurts my throat. Rab commented and says, Bomber does hate Daniel Bryan. I don't like that one, but where is
It's true.
Rab sounds like a fucking dick. There it is. Episode 33, The Return. Jordan Davis commented, Rab sounds like a fucking dick.
He's not wrong.
But,
Yeah. It's all good though. I like him for being Rab. That's just Rab.
yeah. And what I realized, a lot of people actually give you some hate, Matt. I thought you would always get, no matter what. I thought you were the golden boy.
No. You don't know how my relationship with my fans work.
Yeah, I was surprised.
They love me when I agree with them, and when I disagree with them, all of a sudden I'm Hitler and they hope I die. That's just how it is.
Yeah, there was a lot of people that were like, Matt, why do you always have to be right? No matter when you're wrong,
yes,
you have to be right.
Because if you don't stand up for your own opinion and view in life, and
Sure.
you constantly fold the moment somebody has a disagreeing opinion,
Sure.
you're a fucking stooge.
Well,
It's like, oh, somebody has a differing view on something. Oh, okay, I guess you're right. No, fuck that. I'm right, and I'm gonna always say I'm right because that's how I feel.
Time out. I do agree. Like, you don't want to like back down on your beliefs, but I wouldn't go straight out and say that the other person's
Kane
wrong.
and Big Show and Mark Henry are fucking awful and have no place on the roster anymore. Get rid of them.
Oh, okay.
Especially Kane.
But I mean, you know.
No.
Speaking of that, episode 25, our WrestleMania review, RS said Big Show, Kane, or Henry winning the Battle Royal makes sense. It gives the trophy legitimacy in the future years.
Nope.
RS commented on that. You don't
They
agree with
literally gave it to Big Show just so they could have Big Show stand next to it, and they killed Sandow. The guy who got one of the biggest pops at WrestleMania, one of the biggest pops of the night, and they were like, fuck it. He's fucking terrible. Fuck that guy. Let's give the thing to Big Show, the guy that literally nobody has cared about in 5 years. Yeah, good call, WWE. That's great.
I thought it was a feel
I'm sure Big Show is going to keep carrying your company well into the next 20 years.
I thought it was a feel-good moment, but I mean,
No,
you know,
I fucking hate it.
See, but like, why?
Corbin was the right call.
Here's my question.
Someone like Corbin is correct.
Here's my question. With what you just said, how come I'm automatically wrong? Why can't my opinion be like right?
Because it's my opinion, bro. It goes back to what I said.
I'm wrong? I don't know.
You are automatically wrong.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I can listen to you. I accept that you have a different opinion, but I don't accept it.
But I'm wrong. But I'm wrong. Got it. Cool.
Yeah, right. It's cool.
Here was a very interesting comment by Nick Palmer. Episode 32, SummerSlam predictions episode. You guys are 30-year-olds and watching guys fake fight. At least watch UFC. Goddamn, WWE's for 9-year-olds.
UFC's so boring.
Well, you're 30-year-old and commenting on this fucking comments on YouTube to us commenting.
That's one of my comebacks too. There, I'm like, you're watching a 30-year-old guy talk about wrestling. I think you're worse than me.
Wow.
No, UFC is boring as fuck. I know there's so many people that tell me, "Oh, Matt, watch UFC. It's legit. It's real." There's specific times in UFC, like when Brock came back. That was awesome. I was really into that. I like that. So I can get into it. But as a regular thing I watch, UFC bores me to tears. It's always when they stand up and fight. I find that very entertaining. That's really fun. But 90% of the fights, they immediately go down to the fucking mat, and it's boring as shit, and I'd rather do anything else than watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, boring.
Sure, like everybody's got an opinion. Personally, I enjoy UFC. I mean,
my opinion is right, though.
Sure. There you go. And I like how I think it's ironic that I received the most hate or heat, whatever you want to call it, because of how positive I am. That people strongly dislike that.
Oh, it's annoying.
Why is it annoying that I like things that are going on? I don't hate Daniel Bryan. I hated the fact that everybody shit on Reigns because of they said Daniel Bryan was better.
No, it's because you hate Daniel Bryan.
I stand by, and I will always stand by. I have never said I hated Daniel Bryan.
Okay, if I had the dedication, I'd go back and find the sound clip of you saying I hate Daniel Bryan.
I've hated things about Daniel Bryan that he's done. Like even on the last episode,
I can just edit out things, and I have my sound.
There you go. I hate the fact that he can't fucking act. If you listen to last episode, I went on a little rant about he fucking makes smack talk or whatever the fuck it's called unfucking watchable because he's a horrible actor. He wrecks it.
Great on talking smack.
No, he's not. He is not. He is fucking
just
trash.
He's just himself.
No, he's the guy that's fed fucking lines.
Himself.
No,
he's
what?
being himself. Yeah,
No.
I don't. I think you're right. He's not a good actor because he doesn't act.
I agree that he's not a very good actor, but also I don't think he's acting on talking smack.
Just being Daniel Bryan. He's a big wrestling fan. I think he legitimately is into everything that they're doing, regardless, because he loves wrestling so much.
I think these are one of those things you're wrong about, and you're just being.
This is why you needed me and Rab to be in the last episode.
I think this podcast has been like 2 hours long.
Oh yeah, no, we're back to what we normally said we weren't gonna do.
Good job, guys.
I told you. I literally said we were going to do this.
We kept telling you no.
My body is telling me yeah.
I told you. I
podcast
specifically
and I
said that we were going to go like a little bit longer on this episode.
I'm literally on the podcast right now, and I've lost interest.
No, but Jake wants to talk about the comments and stuff.
No, we're good. I mean, if you guys want to wrap it, I have no problem.
Jake, I understand. I always read the comments too, so it's entertaining. Give us a couple good ones, other than you hate Brian and stuff.
No, man. See, man.
I think I've thrown him off his game.
Yeah.
I literally have tons of comments here.
A whole episode of just comments.
You just told a kid that Santa doesn't exist anymore.
He kind of did.
I'm reading comments.
I talked to my girlfriend before she left to go to work. I was like, because you guys were giving me so much shit in our little chat that we do. I was like, why are these guys being so difficult?
Because you have wait, hold on. That's easy to answer because you have the two most difficult guys here with you.
This is crazy.
Me and Rap are notoriously the most difficult. Like, in Scott and Lee are just whatever guys. They'll just go with it.
I love how this is everybody listening. This is a little behind the scenes that you guys don't get to see. We have a little chat going that we talk about the episodes and stuff and when we're going to be on and whatnot. But Matt Zion came on earlier today and he was like, "Hey, we need to cut down to an hour again." And I was like, "I agree. Yeah, totally. We need to get back to what we started out doing and stuff." And then the exact comment after I said yes, and then the exact comment right after that, Rab chimed in and said, "Yeah, these episodes are too long." I was like, "I just said we're gonna go back to our hour thing," and you're like, and he replied with after that in all capital, "Too long."
And then I said JBL.
Yes, these are the things that I deal with to get these fucking things.
We have 15 minutes. Get through your damn comments. Let's go.
No,
too long.
There it is. No, there's just a bunch of things just a bunch of different comments.
Pick one more amazing comment, and then we'll
one more amazing. I'm just gonna pick one in random. Here's a chain that the little 3-comment chain. Jordan Davis again, getting a little bit of love here. On episode 33, The Return, he says, "Bomber, you're a fucking fanboy for Ambrose. He was a terrible champion." Derek Gonzalez commented and said, "Fucking fanboys," like saying this is what they say. "Fucking fanboys. Roman was a terrible champion. You fucking fanboys. Seth Rollins was a paper champion. You fucking marks. Lesnar was a part-time fuckboy."
Fucking listen to this podcast.
There you go. And then Jordan Davis commented with the best comeback in the world, of course. "Shut up, bitch. I actually like Seth Rollins. I just see someone keep defending Ambrose, who was a horrible champion, but do I sense an Ambrose fanboy? Sucking more of him off than Renee Young ever dreamed. Dumb bitch, get off my comment."
Oh, I would fuck Renee Young so quick. I'd be willing to have sex with Dean Ambrose first to get to her.
My question...
It's like a King of the Ring with sexual intercourse.
And by the way, Rab, that was the same guy that said, "You sound like a fucking dick." That's the same episode he commented on that. Jordan Davis, by the way. That's the same episode. But
he doesn't listen anymore.
He probably
he stopped listening.
He stopped listening. But I will say, honestly, and from your guys' opinion, total opinion, do you think I am too much of a Dean Ambrose?
Yeah.
Earlier, I did a sound effect where you were giving him fellatio. Yes, I think you're too much of a fanboy.
Yeah, you are.
That's what that sound was. Oh,
I tend not to be particularly crass as a human being.
I thought you had a sippy
but
cup.
You brought it out of me.
Oh, okay.
You claimed that Dean Ambrose has the best clothesline in all of wrestling and all of wrestling's history.
All of wrestling history.
I stand by. No. Listen.
I know you stand by it. You're Dean Ambrose fanboy from before.
Jesus Christ, man. Come on. Who has the best big boot of all time? Test.
Dean Ambrose.
God damn it.
How did you know what our next best in the business segment was going to be?
Oh God, don't do it. I will pick Test. That wasn't even a joke. It's really good.
he did have a good big boot.
Can we keep doing those segments, but only if we pick one?
That was
in the business.
Now, see,
top 5.
That's the funny thing. If in our little chat, I said I had a friend, my friend Glenn suggested we do a top 5, and I said I like that idea. We should make it a segment and just pick one and be our best in the business. And somehow it transitioned into you guys hearing me say top 5, so it turned into a top 5.
I didn't even know this was a segment before I came on like a second ago.
I know. I'm just saying in the
Don't
chat.
blame me. You said you guys, and I don't think it means anyone who you're talking to right now.
Every clothesline that has ever been performed by any performer on a regular basis, the greatest of all time, of every company, of every promotion, of every single blood, sweat, and tears, is Dean Ambrose's clothesline.
He also has the best big boot. He has the best DDT. He has the best shooting star
He does have a
splash.
good dirty deeds, a good DDT.
He has the best fringe. I'm the best fringe.
No,
Yeah, he does. He has the best fringe.
But I will. No, dude, his DDT.
You don't think his fringe is good?
His clothesline, it's a decent fringe.
McIntyre had a better version of his finisher than he did. McIntyre had that.
I think you guys are just pissed that you didn't think of the clothesline.
Not a million years would I have picked that as the best clothesline.
I'm just saying it's
Stan
better.
Hansen, I would think most old school fans would pick Stan Hansen, and most current generation would pick JBL.
And you know what? I went and I watched.
I don't think you realize that current generation is not JBL.
No, I went and I watched tons.
Really old people would pick Stan Hansen. Most old school would pick JBL, and most current people apparently would pick Dean Ambrose.
Dude, listen,
No, they Luke Harper.
Luke Harper's got a good one. Luke Harper's got a good one. No, I went and I watched a shitload of clotheslines.
No, you know what I think
I'm
we should
sorry,
do
this
right
may
now?
be controversial, but Stan Hansen had a decent one. It doesn't hold up to anything that I.
You know what I think we should do right now?
Yeah,
I think we should do the best of the business clotheslines segment from before.
I'm confused. What?
We're doing the stupid segment again. I don't want to do it again. This
well,
podcast
I
is
thought
too
we were
long.
actually going to do it later, but you guys fucking kickstarted it.
We're done. You're wrong. Rab and I are correct.
Of course I'm wrong. Matt Zion says I'm wrong. Of course I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, you are.
It's my opinion. Sure.
You're gonna take a lot of shit for picking.
I have no problem taking any amount of shit, but there are people out there that actually know they believe in the fucking Dean Ambrose's clothesline is better than JBL's.
There's nobody. You are the only person on the planet that thinks JBL has a worse clothesline than Dean Ambrose. That's fucking laughable.
Okay.
Oh god.
That's fine. I'll take it. I'll take anything they want to throw. That's fine. That's no problem.
Okay, great show, everybody. Thank you for watching.
But anyway, thanks guys for tuning in. We're gonna wrap things up here. I really hope you did enjoy stuff. Follow us on iTunes. Follow us on Twitter. I think we got a Twitter.
5-star it, baby. 5-star it, and make sure to say that he hates Daniel Bryan. So next year, when he's doing the wrap up, every single feedback says, "Why do you hate Daniel Bryan?"
No, don't do that.
Yeah, he'll have to write them all down and tell us every single one of them.
No.
Do it.
Yeah,
do it.
Don't do that. But all right, guys, we are getting out of here. We'll be back eventually. We'll talk about the Royal Rumble in detail, and it will be an hour.
Yeah, we should do Rumble predictions.
We will.
I think the show works best when this is the predictions, and then I do the review for Wreck the Seating. I think that works. That works really well. I've noticed that's when our views go up too on them.
Yeah, there you go. It's
Okay,
all this
cool.
guy. All right, see you guys. Peace.